Well, hello, welcome to Grid Down Gourmet. I am going to be talking to you briefly about why I decided to use the dry canning method or also the Mylar bags for my long-term storage. When I first started learning about all of this, long-term storage, preparing for grid down situations, and researching food that I can eat. Of course, you can buy meals that are already prepared. You can buy prepackaged meals. And I prefer to make my own meals because some of the ingredients that I saw in some of the meals were not foods that I'd eat, and it didn't look like things that I would actually enjoy. And even if I'm in a grid down situation, I still want to eat not only healthy, but I also want to eat, delicious meals. So I started looking into canning, wet canning, where you have the peaches, and you boil the peaches and all of that kind of stuff. And the drawback from canning is that you lose 50 to 60% of the nutritional density of the food when you wet can, because you have to cook the food and you cook out a lot of the nutrition. It is a good option. It is an option to have and to utilize, but for me, for most of my meals, I found that utilizing either dehydrated or even better, utilizing freeze-dried food, which you can purchase. I purchased mine from Honeyville. They retain 90 to 98% of the nutritional value, and so that was a plus for me. And then also I wanted to be able to make my own meals, so I'm using the dry canning method. And so you can make your meals any size you want. For the larger meals, you can have 4 to 6 servings. This one jar can hold, this is a quart-size jar, it can hold 4 to 6 servings, and this can hold 2 to 4 servings depending on what you make, in a pint-sized jar. And then if you want to have a single serving, like something that you want to take to lunch, or if you're going on a trip and you just want to have your own meal, you can use a single-size serving. So I like having the different options for the food. Also, the benefit of utilizing the dehydrated or the freeze-dried food is that you can store your food in Mylar bags, which I love, because the things that you need in order to have food for long-term storage is, first of all, you need to remove the oxygen, and that's why we use oxygen absorbers. And if you're using the can, you can use the attachment on your food saver, and you can take all of the oxygen out utilizing that. But so you're going to need to remove the oxygen either way. You're going to need it to be dark. You need to remove the light. So that's what the Mylar bag, it does. It protects it from light. If you do use the jars, of course, you have to put them in a dark place, and store them in a dark place. Also, you need to have the right temperature. Below 75 degrees at least, but 50 to 70 degrees is the perfect temperature to store your food for long-term food storage. And of course, you need to have your food protected from any insects or mice or anything like that. So you can store up all your food and put it in a container, a food-grade container, and put it inside a larger Mylar bag. And then you can store it in that way. It can last 25 to 30 years. Alrighty, so that is the reason why I prefer this type of method, because you have more variety of foods that you can make, you have a better nutritional value, and the most important thing to me is the nutritional value of the food. No matter if I'm eating this tomorrow or if I'm eating this 10 years from now, I still want my food to be healthy, and I want it to be delicious, and this is fresh food. And so that is the reason why. So tell me why you do whatever kind of long-term storage you do. I would like to hear from you. And I believe all options, you should have all options. But I believe for me, this is my primary option. And then for the longest long-term food storage, I use the Mylar bags. All right, so I will see you next time. And thank you for watching Grid Down Gourmet.